Mysterious disappearances of cities and civilizations are one of the most fascinating topics that have captivated the attention of researchers and ordinary people for centuries. Throughout human history, several great cultures and cities have experienced their glory, only to disappear later for unknown reasons. Their mysteries have given rise to numerous theories, myths, and speculations. In this video, we will explore some of the most mysterious disappearances of civilizations, such as the Maya, as well as great cities like Rome and ancient Ephesus. We will examine various theories that explain these disappearances and focus on the cultural achievements of these civilizations. 1. The Maya civilization. The Maya civilization is one of the most mysterious cultures in the world. It existed in the territory of modern Mexico, Honduras, Guatemala, and Belize for over 1,000 years, during which the Maya achieved significant success in astronomy, mathematics, architecture, and art. However, in the 9th century, the Maya suddenly declined and most of their cities were left abandoned. Theories of the decline of the Maya civilization. 1. Environmental decline. One of the most widespread theories explains the decline of the Maya as a result of ecological collapse. The Maya were heavily dependent on agriculture, and due to overuse of the land, deforestation, and soil erosion, their lands became unsuitable for farming. Additionally, climate change, particularly prolonged droughts, may have worsened the situation. 2. Social and political conflicts. Another theory points to political conflicts and wars between the Maya city-states. During the final centuries of this civilization's existence, internal wars became more frequent, contributing to the decline of cities and weakening central authority. The loss of unity within society likely became another factor that led to the disintegration of the Maya. 3. External invasions. There is also the assumption that the fall of the Maya was connected to external invasions. Although this is unlikely due to a lack of serious archaeological evidence for such invasions, certain pieces of evidence may suggest attacks from neighboring tribes. 2. The mystery of Rome's disappearance. The Roman Empire was one of the greatest and most powerful civilizations in human history, stretching from Britain to Egypt. However, despite its power, Rome was not able to avoid decline. The Roman Empire began to decline in the early 4th century, and in 476, after the fall of Rome in the western part of the empire, the era of antiquity ended in history. Theories of Rome's fall. 1. Economic problems. The Roman Empire faced major economic difficulties, including inflation, decreased production, and excessive taxation. These factors weakened the empire, made it difficult to maintain its massive army, and hindered providing a decent standard of living for its citizens. 2. Political instability. The presence of weak emperors on the throne. Power struggles between various contenders, and the weakening of centralized authority also contributed to the weakening of the empire. 3. Barbarian invasions. The greatest factor that accelerated Rome's fall was the invasion of barbarian tribes such as the Goths, Vandals, Franks, and others, who penetrated the empire's territory, ravaging it. 4. Christianity and internal changes. The rise of Christianity in Rome and its spread among the population also led to changes in cultural and religious life, which, according to some historians, contributed to the weakening of Roman traditions and moral foundations, becoming part of the decline process. 5. Ancient Ephesus. Ephesus was one of the largest cities of ancient Greece and Rome, located on the coast of modern-day Turkey. This city was known for its cultural and religious significance, particularly the Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. However, the city experienced several declines and was ultimately abandoned. Reasons for Ephesus's decline. 1. Shift of trade routes. One of the main reasons for the decline of Ephesus was the shifting of trade routes. When the Caestus River, which led to the city, changed its course, it complicated access to important trade routes. Ephesus lost its strategic significance as a trading hub. to 2. Conquests and destruction. After several conquests, the city was devastated, especially during attacks on Roman provinces, which also affected its development. 3. Climate change. Climate changes and natural disasters such as earthquakes could also have contributed to the city's decline. 4. Why these disappearances matter to us. Studying the mysterious disappearances of civilizations and cities helps us understand which factors can lead to the collapse of a great culture or society. We can learn several lessons from these stories. 1. Environmental changes. The loss of natural resources, ecological collapse, and climate change can have serious consequences for any civilization, and we must be cautious about our impact on the environment. 2. Political stability. The weakness of political structures and corruption can contribute to the downfall of an empire, so it is important to maintain effective leadership and political stability. 3. Social unity. Divisions within society, internal conflicts, and social problems can be decisive in the decline process. 4. Modern approaches to solving the mysteries. Modern scientists are actively working on unraveling the mysteries of the disappearance of these civilizations. They use cutting-edge technologies such as ground radar, archaeological excavations, and analyses of climate changes and ancient texts to identify possible causes of decline. Scientists also discuss how modern civilizations can avoid these traps. As the examples of the Maya, Rome, and other great cultures show, successes and achievements can be doomed to collapse due to a lack of proper resilience, adaptation to change, and foresight. The mysterious disappearances of great civilizations and cities leave important lessons for us today. By studying them, we can better understand how to avoid the mistakes of the past and create a more resilient and prosperous future for our society.